They say ignorance is bliss. But what if the truth is far more terrifying than anything you could imagine? The world is a stage, and we are merely pawns in their game. They control the narrative, and they manipulate your thoughts. They watch your every move. But who are they? The ones who lurk in the shadows. The ones who pull the strings. The ones who feast on your fear. Are you ready to break free?
Welcome to Truth versus Authority. I'm Roderick Martin, a.k.a. the Symbolizer, TV personality, UFO investigator, award-winning podcast host, backed by Truth Seekers, streaming right here on YouTube and reaching thousands of podcast listeners across 126 countries worldwide. Thank you for all the love and support. I'll keep bringing the truth. Get ready, because what you're about to hear, you may not believe it. Then I want to appreciate you being here. So tonight we got a good show. We're going to talk about those Oreo cookies and some things that I think people need to pay a close attention to. As you know, we talk about symbols and symbolism here and a little demonstria when it comes down to numbers. But the most thing is the mantra of truth versus authority. Oftentimes, I think people don't know that authorities can be an illusion. And truth is the reality. And so our goal this year and beyond is to begin to get people to recognize that authority is not all. And I'm not saying there's not some good authority, but there is some bad authority out there, and that truth is the authority. So by giving you the knowledge, the tools to see beyond this illusion that they have created, I think you will then have a different perspective when it comes down to this world that we are in. As most people don't know or will know or should know by now, like I said, we're going to be here Monday through Friday. So make sure that you subscribe and set those alerts. If you're here for the first time, set those alerts, because I'm going to upload videos and also as we go live. This particular Friday, we're going to have Brother Joseph here from New Life Tools. We're going to be talking about magic in the symbols and sigils and really giving you some perspectives. Even money magic. Yes, there's such thing called money magic, and maybe he will hint on that a little bit. If you have not gotten a copy, it's up. The website is up. It is the Shadows of Deception. You definitely want to go there, get you a copy of this, download it. I took the time to do a compilation of all the shadows of deception that we have. This thing is 100 and some pages, and it will take you from ufology all the way to reptilian secret societies. Each one of these is easy to reach, each page, because there's a lot of them out there. So if you want to bring you to speed or up to date in 2025 or the past and the present, then I suggest that you go and get your copy. And once again, it is this right here. All right, so we're going to get into what I call the Oreo cookie. All right. And this is the world's favorite cookie, but we're going to explore the exoteric and esoteric truth about it. Now, you can take a look at this thing, and if you really have never paid attention to it, tonight you're going to take a look at this thing. You're going to get a better perspective of what's happening right in plain sight when it comes down to what we're doing and everything else. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna put this back on the screen. The Oreo cookie. All right. Real quickly, I'm gonna give a quick background. It's one of the world's most iconic cookies out there. Over 40 billion Oreos are produced annually. 40 billion. And available in more than 100 countries, spanning decades of popularity, and is recognized by this black and white design and universal love, twist, lick, dunk ritual. Let me say that again. It's universal, twist, lick, dunk rituals. How many of you have done that? How many of you have done the Oreo cookie ritual? Put it in some milk, dip it, dump it. I mean, put it in the chat. Let me know. We need some honesty here tonight. I have. I've done it many times. I'm probably still carrying some Oreo, whatever, somewhere in one of these arms. And I don't know. But how many of you done that before, where you've done the ritual? You know, maybe it's that night, you know, you sitting there watching some movies and you're doing the Oreo ritual. All right. So if you have, okay, Luck says I have. Caressa said I have. Not me, too much on chocolate. Gosco says, yeah, he have. So you know what? That's fine. But some of you have. So as we go into the next part of this, you know, you want to think of the nostalgia of this, and then you think back to the first time you ever opened an Oreo cookie. Was it fun? Was it twisting it apart? Was it satisfying licking that cream, right? A lot of us done that. Or highlight the emotion connections. That's what I'm doing here. I want you to think about this before we go further. How did you feel licking that Oreo cookie, twisting it, dunking it, all of these things? Just really think about from your childhood memories, because it's been around a long time, okay? And the joy and the times, and when did the Oreo cookies come? When mom went out and got them, or we're going to have movie night, get the Oreos and milk out, or Oreo and ice cream. You get what I'm saying? This thing has some good stuff to it. All right, so and when we think about symbols in everyday, we're loaded with symbols that people take for granted. So we're talking logos, the colors, the designs. We can talk about Nike. You can talk about Apple's bidding Apple. So we're going to talk about that one of these days. All of these things resonates on a deeper level when it comes down to consumers. And before I go any further, let me give you an alert. The goal is this. We're going to learn about all of these esoteric powers and things that some are using for bad and good reason, good intentions, but they're gaining wealth, power, influence, and really. But what if we began to learn these things? And I'm working on the back scenes with some people. We're going to put together programs and things where you can learn, not only take some of these sacred geometry, take some of these intentional esoteric knowledge, place it in within your own life, your businesses, all of these things, so that you now harness that power, but you're going to do good with it. Not all of them are doing good, but some doing bad. We're going to do that. So I hope you follow along, because I'm going to present to you, not now, maybe some weeks to come, how you're going to be able to do that. I do it. I know people is doing it. Friday, when we talk to Brother Yosef, you're going to hear all of this stuff. So if you down with that, make sure you follow along with what we got going on here. All right, so Oreo design is no different. At first glance, it's a playful cookie, but the symbols can often carry hidden messages. And for that, we're going to get down into this information tonight and pretty much. And so Oreo is going to have what I call, let me put it, my next slide up here and there. All right, so first thing we're going to do, I'm going to give you some background with this cookie. I want you to take a look at it right now. And one of the things we're talking about here is the symbol of power and mystery. This is going to get beyond some people, because they're going to be like, okay, what are we talking about here? But I want you to take a close look at what you see or what's going on there once we do that. So let me get my notes out for you so you can kind of see, look a little deeper there. All right, so look at this design. Okay, at first glance, again, is decorative, but it also has center patterns resembling the cross and the double horizontal bars, which this is really what they call the Cross of Lorraine. Now, we're going to get through all of that. So y'all look at this. It is heavily symbolized, this cookie is, okay? It really is. All right, so that cross that you see right there is the Cross of Lorraine. I want you to know, and it comes from the history of the Knights Templar. So if you ever heard of the Knights Templar, you already know that there are secret medieval order that was tied back to hidden knowledge and sacred geometry. The duality of this thing represent the balance between heaven and earth, spirit and matter. And they also had a resistance and authority. So back in World War II, as the symbol of the free French forces, but rooted into esoteric tradition. So I want you to compare the Oreo's center thing there, and I'm going to back up for a minute. You should see that symbol right there in the middle of this Oreo. Now, make no mistake about it. It's not happenstance. You don't print up a cookie to look like something that is not. So I want you to now open up your eyes today. And as you always hear me say, your eyes are useless when your mind is blind. Open up your eyes today, and I want you to be open to interpretation of what you see. All right, so here's the deal. That that thing that is in the middle of this cookie. Look at this. Once again, over to your right, we're talking about the Oreo's resemblance to the modern interpretation, but once again, these are themes that go all the way back to the Knights Templar and everything else. And if you don't think, now again, look at it. But here's the deal: it even goes a little deeper. This is real. Look at the church here, the Cross of Lorraine. Look at those people marching. They got the Cross of Lorraine. That is on that Oreo cookie. Okay, so tell me if you see it. If you see it, you see what I'm talking about. Put it in the chat, because I want to know if I'm just up here by myself capping. But let me know if you see it. Let me know if you see what I just showed you. I'll put it back up right there, the Cross of Lorraine. So we're going to start there first. Do you all see that embedded in this cookie? Yes or no? Okay, y'all let me know. Okay, so are we going there? Come on, give me some. Okay, somebody says, I see it clearly. Okay, good. So we're getting there. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so now we're going to go deeper, though, because there's other things about this when it comes down to this. But if you're seeing it, there we go. And yeah, all right, so y'all got it. Okay, we're getting it now. All right. So the next thing we're going to go into alchemy. How many of you know what alchemy is? And you don't. I want you to go look that up and understand what alchemy is, okay? And what is it used for, or what does it mean, from mysticism to all of that stuff, because this is really important that we're going to get into next, is the alchemy of this cookie. All right. And again, this is in plain sight. This cookie is everywhere. And you think about it, it's a globe. Remember, we talked about the shell company and the global presence. So all of these things that I'm showing you have global presence, and they date all the way back to ancient civilizations. Like, again, this cookie goes all the way back to the Knights Templar. So once again, we're going to look at the alchemy of this cookie, and I'll get down into it in just a second here. Now, it has double concentric rings. If you see it on the right, we're looking at the image on the right. Alchemy is always about the two circles, or the two whatever. So it's using alchemy representing what they call unity, wholeness, and eternity. Now, when you think about it, and as I want you to know, alchemy also stands for as of above and so below, right? Are y'all familiar with that, right? That is one of the main terms that they talk about, is as above, so below. So are y'all familiar with that? Let me know as we go through the chat, because this is interactive. I may even bring some of you up tonight. We're going to talk about the Oreo cookie. So if you get your cameras and stuff ready, you want to come on, I'll bring you up on the screen in 30 minutes or so. But once again, are you all understanding that, or the term as above, so below? Okay. Now, let me tell you where it goes with this Oreo cookie. The Oreo cookie with the white center and the other side of that Oreo is identical. As above, so below. You can flip it over, and it's going to be as above, so below. Now, you should be gathering this interpretation, because I just showed you the Cross of Lorraine. We just talked about the alchemy inner circle. So this won't be far-fetched to know that this is in a process. So when you flip that cookie over, as above, so below, and then the cream center, or what's in the center. So those are the things. And we're going to get to it. Yes, those dots are coded. And so within, someone says, okay, so could the Oreo, okay, so let me back up for a minute. A visual metaphor for this principle, as above, so below, the ideal of microcosms reflect macrocosm. Now, found in ancient depictions of Philosopher's Stone, the ultimate symbol of enlightenment. Now, that doesn't mean that this is a bad cookie, but okay, millions of people eat them all the time, making them rich could turn out bad. Now, could the Oreo ring symbolize something greater, a hidden message about balance, transformation, encoded into the world's favorite snack? All right, so let's move on to the next slide. Here is where we get really interesting when you want to think about alchemy and the Zodiac. That Oreo Cookie has the Zodiac sign sitting right there with the gateway to heaven through the doorway of that cross. Count those little dots up there, the inner dots, count them. It's 12 of them. I want to thank everybody who's got your copy of the Book of Sacred Secrets. I've been getting incredible reviews on people and how this has been helping people today. This is something that you must have in your arsenal. This book is going to be life-changing for you. It's a downloadable copy, so you'll be able to print it up, print a sheet up, or whatever you want. Study it, take it to work, give it to someone, and maybe some in particular information. But this is something that you need in your arsenal. Go to the website. The link is right here in the description. It's also in the video as well. You got to get your copy of the Book of Sacred Secrets. And once again, it supports the community. True information is from the cosmos, from infinite consciousness that you need to learn and you need to have in your arsenal. I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Support the channel, and I look to see you on the next video. And don't forget, again, search for Roderick Martin. Come over to the YouTube channel so we can keep getting this information out. Thank you very much. It's 12 zodiacs. They don't make this stuff up, people. And then in the middle, you got the sun, and the cross. Take a look at it. Let me know if you're seeing what I'm talking about here. If you understanding that they just don't make this stuff up. They're not making it up. All right. So think about the 12 dots surrounding this Oreo cookie hold a deeper meaning in sacred geometry. 12 often symbolize completion or cosmic order. Okay. So you want to think about the zodiac months of the year tied to the idea of universal cycles, reinforcing harmony and balance. The number 12 is no stranger to mystical traditions and appears in alchemy texts. All right. So I just want to know, did y'all see where I'm going? Okay. So, and we got more. There's more. I'm going to open up some more to you. But do you see what I'm talking about? And this is why symbolism is so important. Once I start diving deep into this, and people laugh. Oh, you not laugh. Some people do. It's a great idea. You want to call yourself the symbolizer. I'm like, heck yeah, I'm going in deep. It was always fascinating, but it's in plain sight. We're eating this stuff. We're doing these things, but it is powerful and it works, and are operating off our subconscious. All right. And so those are things that we have to pretty much from there. But anyway, back to that power of 12, you should be able to be looking at the zodiac sign. You can sit there and count them right there if you want to, and make sure that you got it. So again, you see the circle in the middle, that's your sun, and you see the zodiac, and you saw the cross, the alchemy circles, the Cross of Lorraine from the Knights of Templar, and as you know where we're going with that. Now, the Oreo cookie also, the design appear very simple, but yet it mirrors the symbols tied to secret society, mysticism, alchemy. Most people don't constantly notice these, but the meanings can influence the subconscious. Now, could the question be, does Oreo be embedding esoteric knowledge in popular culture? My belief, yes. If symbols like these are hidden in everyday object, what we might be consuming and we don't know. And I think that's something where we are when it comes down to truth versus authority. This is a rebellion year, okay? I'm putting together a rebellion. I'm putting together a movement, okay, when you start coming here. In fact, I'm looking for 10 people, well, now 7 people that want to be part of this rebellion. Now, what I'm getting ready to say coming out my mouth, you need to hear it. If you're one of those people, I have access, and there's a few of us on this planet that have access to hidden esoteric information, as well as stuff all over this world of people, okay? Thousands and thousands of stuff. And it was actually brought to a few of us in a private, very sector, and it was all about preparing people for 2025. I'm looking for 8 more truth seekers. Now, this is people who's going to be doing podcasting, or we got to get the word out there, or people want to do. Now, there will be an investment of knowledge, okay, because it costs us all, but you can't even go through the stuff that I have, 20,000s and thousands and of files and information, and none of us could. But together as a collective, we can go in there, everything from what really happened to 9/11, chemtrails, the court cases, people and sitting there in front of the judge, the scientists telling judges that this stuff is about, and they won't show it on TV. It was filmed, but they won't show. That's just little stuff. We're talking all the way from a cult. Anyway, if you're interested in becoming one of those people, like I said, don't call just to be. It's an investment, all right. But don't waste the time there. But if you know it's your calling and you really ready, hit the contact me at contact@whythebigsecret.com. So that's the email address. So let's continue on our quest here of what we're doing. We talk about rituals. Okay, let me bring that back down. Every type of occult, which a cult is hidden knowledge, so you know this. But every type of, and we've heard it through Puff Daddies to all of these, they all have these rituals, because ritual is an important part to make things happen. As we are meditating, as we do whatever, some of you do a ritual before you go to bed, or you may wash your body a certain way. You may put on your makeup through this ritual and cleanse your body. Everybody goes through a ritual, okay? And this is what I'm talking about. Oreo have mentally put a ritual together that people do. The twist, lick, dunk is a modern ritual. So let me go ahead and explain and break that down. I'm glad you asked. Rituals are so powerful for focus and transformation, but in alchemy, the physical process is like mixing or separating elements and symbolize spiritual change. The Oreo eating ritual mirrors, okay, so I'm only telling you a ritual that it mirrors, because I want you to look it up for yourself, but I believe that it is what it is, okay? So the Oreo ritual that you are taught, the twist is the separation of elements, duality, okay? So they want you to twist it. The lick is the consumption of essence, your spiritual focus. You're now focusing on this. And the dunk is the immersion or the transformation. And so the theory is, could the Oreo ritual unconsciously connect billions of people to an esoteric practice, okay? A collective act of transformation. And what I'm saying is, yes, Audio saying, hey, man, this stuff worked for real. Y'all get where I'm going with this. So we are doing, what I'm teaching now is, and we're going to do this every week. There's thousands and hundreds of stuff, location stuff. I've been working on this for months, and I'm going to take you to that place, okay? I'm going to take you to those places, but let's go back. A ritual, the Oreo ritual, twist, separation of elements. That's duality. Just look it up. The lick is consumption of essence. That's going to be the spiritual focus. And then you have the dunk in immersive transformation. Now, I want you to be sitting down for what we're going to be getting into in the next few slides, because I want to prepare you for how deep this sugar honey and iced tea is, okay? And what we're going to go over in a few more slides, you're not making this up. It's natural law. It's Jantra. It's you can't change it, okay? It is what it is. And for these people, like I showed you with Shell yesterday or Monday, I'm going to prove it to you again with the Oreo, okay? So let's go forward, and we're going to go here. We're going to talk about Jantra, okay? And as you know, Jantra is the study of letters, numbers, and all of that stuff, okay? So you definitely want to know how you get into that world, okay? So there's a universal code that we're going to talk about here about this Oreo cookie, from ancient carvings to corporate logos to, cross circles and crosses, 12 numbers. All of this stuff is done there when we do. Somebody says, I've done all that when I'm eating an Oreo cookie. Oh, you got more. I'm going to give you more, Diane. So hang on to your seats there. So once again, we talked about the cross. Now we're going to get into geometry of this thing. And let's get into the psychology of this. Now, a lot of companies, before we go deeper, use the psychology of symbols. The circles represent unity and eternity. Same thing with my sigil and symbol. The circles for protection and unity. That's why it's there. So you have the numbers, you have everything else. But again, could this cookie mean any more stuff? And let's do it. Make sure y'all like and share this video, okay? Because we need to put our stuff up in this algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do it. All right. So now we're going to get into geometry, not geometry, but gematria, the numbers. And this is the chilling part of the Oreo cookie, okay? This is the chilling part when it gets down to this, all right? Because it gets really real once we begin to understand that, hey, there's another hidden world out here, and we have to really understand it. All right, so let's go down. But anyway, are y'all ready? Are y'all ready to get into this side of it? And are you finding any value in what we're going tonight? Because again, this is a community funded show. If you find any value, please support the show. There's the Cash App there at the bottom. There's a lot of things we're doing here, and I'm dedicating all of my time and resources to you, to us, to our community, because I can go some places that some of you are not aware of. But if I can bridge that for all of you and all of us, and we can make this world a better world, and also for you. And like I said, we planning on taking the power of some of these things and begin to say, okay, now I would have said we're going to be like Robin Hood, stealing from the poor, the rich, and giving to the poor. But we're going to talk about that. I done learned the true nature of that. Robin Hood goes all the way back to the Rockefellers and all of them when they used to rob people in the banks and wear robes and hoods. So I got the facts for you for that. Okay. So we're not going to use that term either, because that is not an ancient, but a secret society term, because they're not taken from the rich, given to the poor. They're taken from the poor, given to the rich. We just heard the story wrong. So we're going to get into that someday. So anyway, once again, if you're finding value, I want you to support the show via Cash App, and I'll give you a shout out and a thank you and all of those things. And whatever your value is with that is totally up to you. All right, so let's get back into where we're going to go here with this. All right, so this is important. So gematria ties numbers to spiritual and mystical meanings, okay? I want to thank everybody who's got your copy of the Book of Sacred Secrets. I've been getting incredible reviews on people and how this has been helping people today. This is something that you must have in your arsenal. This book is going to be life-changing for you. It's a downloadable copy, so you'll be able to print it up, print a sheet up, or whatever you want. Study, take it to work, give it to someone, and maybe some in particular information. But this is something that you need in your arsenal. Go to the website. The link is right here in the description. It's also in the video as well. You got to get your copy of the Book of Sacred Secrets. And once again, it supports the community. True information is from the cosmos, from infinite consciousness that you need to learn and you need to have in your arsenal. I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Support the channel, and I look to see you on the next video. And don't forget, again, search for Roderick Martin. Come over to the YouTube channel so we can keep getting this information out. Thank you very much.